Hate is, the hatred towards or hostility or a vilification of specific group-based identities. So that can be misogyny, racism, anti-LGBT hate, transphobia. And the forms that it takes in online spaces are, of course, like the direct expressions of these types of views online on social media. But it can also be like the monitoring, cyber stalking, and targeting of people who hold minority or marginalized identities and who are more likely to experience hate, and using various digital tools to kind of surveil them, attack them, or keep them out of, the political sphere, so they don't, so they're unable to fight for their rights. Most extremist movements online, if you look at, the far right, if you look at Islamist communities, if you look at conspiracy communities, have misogyny in common, or the idea of male supremacy and the subjugation of women in common. So a lot of times these various extremist ideologies will agree, even though they disagree on a lot of other topics. They maybe disagree on ideology or methodology, but they'll actually agree on the subjugation of women, and they'll agree on the feminist movement being a threat or undermining society and undermining their idea of gender as like a very rigid biological thing. So you will see that, a lot of far-right figures like both Anders Breivik, but also Brenton Tarrant, and other like shooters, right-wing shooters, they also had anti-feminist components in their manifestos. And the other thing is that then the anti-feminist spaces online, what we know as like the manosphere, they can be an entry point to other extremist ideologies. The manosphere have their own like hyper misogynist extremists that are the incel movement. They're defined by the misogyny being their main hatred, but far-right extremists have like hatred of a lot of groups. It's towards Jewish people, Muslims, and also feminists in general. But you will also often see that the manosphere and like the anti-feminist sentiment that is quite mainstreamed in a lot of countries can be a gateway into the far right.